Check 1, 2, check.
Oh my God, that song's just fantastic. Best mic check I've ever had.
That's what we shoot for. Yeah.
I just saw my phone here. Let me check. He actually had more in the third. Holy shit. Yeah, I know. Remember, it's fine. It still says. What do you have? Say hi to American. Just fucking cancel. Yeah, it was 11:20. p.m. Maybe your plane's not here. It must be. Wait, John, you said 11:20. Cancel? Yeah. I know a lot of people say that. Like, oh, I had to read those and they couldn't. Then she fucking switched to another. Now United. Okay. Don't worry, I'm fine. Jesus. Fine. At what time? And it got real. Canceled. It's got canceled. Yeah, earlier this evening. So. One. American for us. I know I did on 7 and I got delayed to 10. What? But yeah. It did? Yeah, but because the storm's gonna be here in the morning.
Oh, you guys are talking Delta.
No, it's just like I'm on American too, but like there's gonna be a storm in the morning that I already know is pushing flights back.
Mine is not.
Yours, I haven't seen anything on mine.
7:28.
7:28
In the morning?
Yeah.
What airline?
On time. American.
Patrick said he was on that one. Oh, Patrick said Delta.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think a lot of there's some on the 7 Delta flight.
But still on time. Everybody else is.
Mine got canceled.
American. John was on American and it got canceled. A different one.
Yeah.
Means that dance might be misput.
No, he's right. We're fine. We're getting out right where we want to get out.
7:38. What time's your flight?
It was supposed to be at 11:20 and that got canceled. And so now
Can you test it?
then they said they couldn't get me out till Thursday.
Your batting average on
I know.
flight disasters for the last few years has been awful.
And then, so now I'm on a United tomorrow night at like 5 p.m. Chris, that was an emotional, tense game. Like, how did you guys dig in deep enough to pull this one out?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it had to be. I thought we played well right out of the gate. We got up. Turnovers hurt us for sure, particularly in the first half. I think we had like a 9 in the first half. That kind of allowed them to keep coming back into the game, and a bunch of missed free throws too. And of course, we weathered a lot of foul trouble out there, which was frustrating to say the least. But all credit to our guys. They found a way to win a game. It's a lot like games 1 and 2, and we were able to get it done tonight. So.
Yeah, hitting some big shots there in the fourth. Just what did he bring to you? Aside from the fouls.
Shot ready. Got himself going by going to the hoop. Played quick off the catch. Stayed confident. He didn't really look much for his 3 until the second half. But did a really good job. Ant did a good job of finding it. He just had his feet set. He was ready, and they were huge.
Defensively tonight, Chris. Defensively, what kind of job did you guys do on Luka and Kyrie to make them more efficient tonight?
I mean, listen, like, we just got to keep battling them. There's unbelievably great players their fingerprints have been all over this series, making so many great plays and tough shots. At some point, maybe they're going to have a little bit of an off night.
How does this win change the complexion of the series?
It doesn't. We got to win again,
With Kyle Anderson, you talked about after the last game about how smart he is and how that's kind of impacting his role. How come the shooting and spacing issue hasn't been there? What are you guys doing to kind of counteract Kyle maybe not shooting threes but still finding ways to be effective?
I mean, he's just so smart. He finds the right spaces, he gets the ball to the right people. His handling, his screening. He's play calling. So yeah, I mean, it's something that we've. He's been a great Rudy partner since he got here. We talked about that before. So we don't really worry about the spacing issue.
And bringing the ball up, the last 2 or 3 minutes tight. Rationale behind that, just have your best player with the ball.
Yeah, we wanted to be aggressive. Obviously made some great plays, great shots, and they were putting multiple bodies on. There were guys open too, so I thought we had all kinds of options with that. So
There are some times out there where Kyle is setting screens, telling guys where to go, telling the guys where the pass is supposed to go. Is that executing plays, or is that Kyle just feeling out?
I mean, some of it's just Kyle, like with the freedom that we give him to run the offense. I mean, he got us into some really clever stuff tonight, and just understanding how to get guys involved. So.
Chris, the kind of force and speed that Cat played with in this game, is that the kind of thing you just want to bottle up and say, bring that exact thing to Game 5?
Yeah, absolutely. But when he is super decisive, shot ready, plays off the catch, doesn't hold. Gafford got him a few times at the rim, but I like the fact that he just kept going. For sure, yeah.
Resilience that Cat has, playing 15 minutes with those 5 fouls. I mean, it was like a 15-minute stretch from the third to the fourth when he fouled out. Playing smart, and after the last couple of days, what does it say about his character? Yeah, I mean, listen, Cat's a great player. His struggles were not going to last forever. He got himself going. Even when he got deep in foul trouble, we left him out there. I was going to take him out one moment, then I believe he got fouled, so we left him in anyway. Just let him roll, and he played smart, played under control, rebounded really well for us, executed defensively. Really proud of him. He's been a huge part of every series up until then, and we knew we had to get him into this series. And tonight was a great step for that. So.
Was the out of bounds play to Nas called?
Yeah. Yes, I mean it was. We had several reads off of it, but they made a great job of making the cut when it was there. So.
Obviously, the last 5 minutes, first 3 games was kind of danger zone for you guys. What did you notice in terms of demeanor, or poise, or whatever, the 4-point play notwithstanding, that got you through?
Well, I think we've been really good closing games with our defense mostly all season. And then we will score enough, and we were able to get stops, I thought, consistently tonight. And then
we didn't turn it over. That was huge. Didn't really turn it over. We had a flurry of turnovers. I think maybe around 4 or 5 minute mark. But yeah, just those two things, and then I think kind of executing, and Ant did a good job of making sure we got a shot every time. So
The pull up that he made, was that just giving him space and work the ISO?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's his
Yeah,
read?
yeah.
First 3-0 in elimination games postseason. Just what does that kind of say about this team and their ability to play with their back against the wall?
Yeah, I think we've been a resilient team all year. I think we didn't lose. We never lost 3 in a row until we got to the playoffs. So we never lost 4 in a row. Guys, respond. It's a fun team to coach because they believe that they can always win no matter what. So.
Chris, was it consistency of calls out there? Is that what was bothering you? How did you see the game?
Yeah, I thought it was a little inconsistent for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Chris, we saw you tonight, very active at sidelines, you being in the huddle. What do you think, how important was that for the team to see that you also gave it all in tonight?
Yeah, it was my job was to inject emotion into the game. So.
Chris, you went with Anton, Luka, and Jaden, and on Kyrie defensively. I know mixed up throughout the game, but what did you like about that look?
I mean, we're down 3-0. Just shuffling the deck. Ant's good on ball, good at navigating screens. Maybe a little length on Kyrie could help. I mean, those guys are just, obviously the length on Doncic hadn't really been hasn't been bothered him as much. So we just tried something different, So.
Ant's game overall tonight, almost another triple-double. It seemed like he's seeing the floor a little bit better as far as making those skip passes. What did you see tonight?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. I mean, we looked at a bunch of stuff at halftime where, we were missing people, and he was key amongst all that, and he did an unbelievable job adjusting and coming out in the second half and getting us a lot of easy looks.
Do you think they were missing Derek Lively a little bit tonight?
Yeah, he's a outstanding young player. Big part of what they do. When they platoon those two bigs, they just keep coming at you. A lot of size, a lot of bounce, a lot of activity, and they swallow up the rim. Yeah, no doubt they miss him.
Lost a lot of the fouls and tough breaks and everything like that in the third quarter. You guys are still +5 in that quarter. What did you do well in that quarter, do you think? In the third quarter?
I mean, we didn't turn it over. That was huge. I think we only had maybe 2 turnovers in that quarter for sure. Defensively, I thought we were, ball contain was better. Ball contain's been so-so for us. And then Ant got, we got good looks every time down, really did. So.
Any other questions? I think you're awesome. Thank you.
I think, Goody, I think they're going to bring him out, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I heard him say that as well. ESPN told him to do it. Yeah.
Hey everyone, we're just gonna bring our players out here. The locker room's way too tight, it's a million degrees in there. So we'll just bring players out here as they come out. I would imagine. Where's the up to the TVs. If you guys want to find a good spot, we'll bring them to you.
Alright, let's gather around this guy's tripod. Yeah, there you go. Here's a tripod. Let's gather around it.
Carl and Mike to the podium.
I'm sorry. I call Mike.
Carl and Mike to the podium. So Rudy, Kyle, and Jaden will be out here. Yeah. Yeah, we're open, but we're gonna bring the players out here.
Oh yeah, the pass. I think that's against the wall because yeah, they'll probably stand there, but I think the best thing is just walk so they can. Because when we start like gathering up, they're gonna all start kissing us out. So you think they're getting around you instead of over here? Because at least we can cut off half the hallway. Sir, Q.
Got me, Goody. Test 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Test 1, 2. You're so hot. Good. Got that one?
Got it. Good. Trying to ignore it.
I appreciate it. So I figured it's better to be.
Yeah, sure, yep.
This is actually the first basketball season. Oh, good. So it's having fun. Learning, fun learning on the fly, you know. So, I just, this last August from Buffalo, which is, I did this for station. So, got a job here. You're doing all kinds of stuff. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Game 3, you said you guys have been confident every step of the way. You never really were. I mean, how much did that really kind of come out here tonight in the way you performed?
It showed a lot, just us when we're playing well, making the right plays offensively and defensively. Like, we keep us in the game for a while, and sometimes in the game we might go up, let go on their runs. So just sticking to the game plan, and it worked tonight.
Kyrie and Luka were combined 13 and 39. How were you able to slow them down?
Just making it hard for them, like not letting them get easy buckets or get to their spots. And, I mean, just always being around them, just trying to make it hard for them, and I guess we came out on top.
Was this a game where the team that was the grittiest was going to win and dig deeper?
Yeah, I could say that. Just trying to get the most possessions, if that's offensive rebounds or getting 50-50 loose balls, just whoever wanted it more, the more desperate team.
First half, you opened 12, and then in the halftime it was all tied. Did somebody step up in the locker room to keep the energy up?
I'll say the bench, they do a good job of just always making sure we know what plays the other team are running, and then just when something happens exciting, they're always yelling and celebrating. So there's the bench, I would say.
Fourth quarter didn't go their way this time. Was there something in the fourth quarter that the adjustment, was it anything different?
I'll probably just say our intensity on defense, just taking them out of their spots and just being relentless guarding the two guards.
What can you say about Cat, especially the way he stepped up late?
Yeah, he did amazing. I mean, he wasn't shooting the ball as well the couple first games, but we still got the confidence in him and keep feeding him the ball. And you see he went out tonight, and it just helps the rest of us when he's hitting, just spaces the floor for us.
Jaden, what's been beneficial for you guys when you faced elimination? That's the third time you won an elimination game this season.
I'll probably say just not wanting to lose or not wanting to go home, and then also just we're all on the mission together and just not wanting that mission to be over. So just having fun and doing whatever we can to win.
What will it be like Thursday night at Target Center?
It'll be rocking. The fans will probably be going crazy, and we're gonna try and come out with a win.
Because all of a sudden you win one, and
hey, who knows what happened? We just gonna worry about the next game and continue to win.
What was your mindset of preparation like when you're coming in, starting off like Kyrie tonight instead of?
I mean, always just being locked in. I know he makes some tough shots and stuff, so when he does, just not let it get to me, and then just trying to. It's not about stopping him, just trying to slow him down a little bit.
I remember the last year was against Aaron Gordon. You said you kind of joked and said you weren't going to disrespect him. Do you feel like they're disrespecting you? You're shooting the ball really well.
I mean, I don't know if you could say all teams leave me open anyway, so I'm just gonna still shoot it regardless they guard me or not. So they gonna let me score. I'll take the points all day.
Kyrie said this was the Super Bowl for you guys. How did you take that?
I don't know. I don't got nothing for Kyrie.
What do you think how important was it for the team spirit that Finch was today in the huddle, coaching way more from the sideline?
I would say it was big. I remember the game started and I looked. I'm like, Finch standing up. So I mean, you can tell that he wants to win. He doesn't want it to be over either. So I mean, it gave us a lot of energy to try and win for him.
You guys had a lot of foul trouble tonight, and you were able to play some small ball in there when you needed to. What did that mean in terms of being able to adjust on the fly? Because you had so many guys in so much foul trouble.
We just got so many versatile players. I mean, Slow came in. He played a 1 through 5, and I mean, it shows we all can play different positions. It don't matter who gets in foul trouble that night.
You knew you could beat these guys, but now that you've done it.
Oh yeah, we knew that after game 1 we could win, or in game 2 we would win. I'll say the only game they really beat us was the last game. The rest of them were close, and it was our mistakes that let us lose.
But does getting over the hump help you guys?
Oh yeah, we could probably run off 3 more now.
You've talked about how you remain confident. How much of your family support and foundation has helped you kind of get to this confidence?
I'll say they always support me, like little texts before and after the games. I got family and friends here now, so just thanking them to come out here and support me from Seattle or wherever they're coming from. So, I mean, it's just thanks to them.
Awesome. Thanks, Jaden.
Thank y'all.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Ano, very nice.
You're good. That was perfect, actually. Good. I was trying to get it. I don't know how tight that lens is. No, I can feel it. I got it.
That was 97.
There you go. Oh,
I'm your hockey expert. I'm your hockey expert.
Do you know hockey?
I mean, I live in Detroit.
Nonetheless.
That's it. I don't know hockey.
Have you looked in the mirror?
I was gonna say, I mean, I've seen some of those Red Wings games.
They won't let me
I
play.
don't-
Walked out there, tried ice skating one time in my life. Fell hard on my ass like 3 times and got up and was like, nah, no mouse.
Love you guys that much. Yeah. Yeah, and the third one. We'll be here all day.
Thanks, buddy.
Karl, this was you had obviously a tough start to the series. Just what did you feel? Did you feel any differently out there tonight and being able to knock down the shots, or what came together for you?
Everything came together for him. He was super confident. He wasn't worried about any shots previous to the shots that he hit tonight. He played exceptionally well, and he came through big time. And he was the reason we won tonight.
Shots Karl came out of play where Kyle directed to the corner. Kyle set a screen. Kyle told Ant to pass it. What is it like sometimes having
Our plays, man. We got some good plays.
But like, what is it like kind of having a coordinator on the court sometimes like Kyle can seemingly be?
Kyle's special. Yeah, he's special.
Everything that we need, man. He's like the X factor. It's like him and Jaden. Him and Jaden is like X factors. You know what I mean? So he's out there. I was dribbling the ball. I damn sure was about to shoot it, and I seen him like pointing at big fella, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yep.
I seen big fella. He cashed out.
Kyle made that play happen.
For sure.
He definitely orchestrated
a lot
that
of
whole
plays
play.
happen
He
tonight.
made a lot of plays happen, especially his defense too, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to Kyle.
He's been a guy who's had a little bit up and down season. Like, is it cool to see him kind of have his moment in the series?
Great to see, because I know how good he is. I used to play against him in my early in my career when he was with Memphis, and he was killing. So it's great to see him get back to that.
Played a long time with the 5 fouls tonight and still found a way to score. And
I'll tell you about 5. Bro. What you mean you had 5? But I didn't foul out.
Fouled out. I did what I needed to do.
I'm gonna beat him up on the bus, y'all.
Get out of here. Don't believe that.
Did your mindset shift at that point, Karl, when you got the 5th foul, or how did you kind of navigate that stretch while still being effective and score?
Being aggressive. There ain't no time to have any doubts in your mind, especially at this time. It's game 4. We down 3-0. There ain't no time to have any doubts. I'm gonna go out there, be aggressive, shoot my shot, like I've been doing all series, and I'm gonna be confident in every shot I shoot. So defensively, be in my spots. All I could think about was being in my spots earlier, make sure that I do as disciplined of defense as possible. And on the offensive end, don't lose any confidence and don't lose any aggression.
Karl, since Ant told us about your offense, can you tell us what you saw, his kind of game-sealing pull-up jumper?
Man, when I was on the bench, I had a front row seat to watch it, when I fouled out. And I'm watching, and I can see the play developing, and I'm seeing Ants just kind of, in a way, I feel like he was visualizing that make, and he got to exactly the spot he wanted to. I see the work he puts in. I knew at that spot, if he gets over to his right hand with that pull-up, it's going to be cash. And if he was any more right of the court, I would have been a little mad if he would have went for the backboard, but he went for the straight-in shot, and it was cash. So, like I said, I'm honored to be playing with my brother here and seeing him every day put the work in, and I knew when he got to that spot, it was high likelihood he was going to make that.
And last game, you said, you got a lot of good looks, but when the shots weren't falling, it was easier for them to crowd the paint. When Cat's hitting those shots and Jaden and Nikhil, what does that mean for your team and the spacing as you're driving?
It means I can operate. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. When these guys knocking down shots, it's like a pride thing when your man scores, whether you supposed to be in the gap or not, you don't want him to keep scoring. So if these guys hit shots, the gap's gonna get more open and more open and more open. And late in that 4th, because Cat and Jaden was knocking them down, I was able to just get anywhere I wanted. And whether I miss it or make it, I can live with that. And I haven't been doing that the last 3 games of this series. I've been going to the corner and not shooting the ball and not being aggressive. And, that won't happen anymore. Anytime late in the 4th, I'm going to shoot it every time.
Prior to game 3, you mentioned you wanted to get back to the joy of the game of basketball. Do you feel like these last 2 games you've been able to do that?
I feel like last game I did it early, and then as the game kept going, my emotions, the emotional part of the game, my joy started to, fall away. I think tonight, the entire game, I didn't let anything bother me. My joy was there the entire time. And big shout out to my college coach, man. He always texts me, Coach Crean, and tell me, man, play with joy. That's when you're playing at your best. And he made sure he texted me that before the game at halftime today.
With the college coach, how much of your foundation in your hometown and just your family do you take on the court with you every night?
Every night, man. That's why I play with so much joy. Anytime I'm around my family, we have a good time. Always, it's never a dull moment. Laughing, joking, all type of things like that. Even with my teammates, man, we always having a great time. So, we just try to carry that over to the court.
Karl, how do you see your guys' defense as a team kind of growing or progressing throughout the series?
I just love the aggression we played with today. You could tell that we had that desperation that makes us special. I talked about it in shoot around, just that desperation, playing with so much energy on defense, making those rotations, and the plays needed to win. And, the numbers speak for themselves. We showed up defensively tonight against a really great team and did the things we needed to do to win a game, especially on the road.
Mike Conley is over here, y'all. Y'all got any questions for Mike? Y'all want to ask me about Mike? Nobody want to ask me about Mike? Bye.
How about Mike, especially in the first half? It seemed like he really
is old as fuck, and he was getting downhill, laying the ball up. So shout out to Bite, and he coming in here with these clown pants on. So y'all about to see him in a minute, but that's my OG, that's my point guard. He played great tonight, and I couldn't ask nothing more from him. So thank you, Mike Conley.
Hey, Karl, what does just getting 1 mean to you? Just to get on the board here and extend the series.
We get another chance to get another one. Pretty simple.
What do you say to what do you
I think we was talking about the N1. Yeah, I think that's what we was talking about. Yeah, it was just, it was crazy.
And you told somebody in the hallway you was in for game 6. You told somebody in the hallway you was in for game 6. Where does that confidence come from?
What am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say we're gonna lose game 5? No, I'm not gonna never say that. Michael Parsons, he was rocking the AE1s, and I told him he wears size 14. I'll bring back some nice shoes for game 6. That's what I told him. Here goes my Conley,
That boy stood up. Man was performing. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for your point guard, Mike. Hey, Mike. You leave me alone.
Mike, just what did it take for you guys to dig as deep as you did tonight to pull this one out?
I thought it took a lot of resiliency from our guys. There was a lot of moments there where the game could have went the other way, or we could have let go, and guys weren't let the refs or big plays or anything kind of get in our way. We just kept moving forward, next play mentality, and just basically back against the wall. We had to be more urgent and more desperate than we've ever been, and it showed tonight.
Like, you were among the people that said Ant needs to play with kind of more force, needs to go to the basket, forget about the threes a little bit. When did you know that this was going to be a different type of game for him, that he was coming in with a different mindset?
You could tell after game 3, honestly, the way he was speaking in the locker room, things he was saying, the excitement to get to game 4, leading into the next day of practice, just very energetic, very live. Which it could have been the complete opposite. You go down 0-3 and everybody's down and depressed, but he's keeping energy alive, and you just knew he was going to be ready to go, and thankfully he was, and him and Kat especially, and Rudy. All of them played really well for us down the stretch.
A lot of the times Finch likes to put the ball in your hands at the end of the game. Tonight it was Ant bringing the ball up. Given the fact that your late game execution, the previous 3 has been iffy, what do you think the rationale was for that, and why did it work so well?
We watched a lot of film on those last 3 or 4 minutes of those, game 1 through 3, and we don't necessarily need to have the ball in my hand. I can be on the floor and kind of dictate where the ball goes and the plays that we get into, but we just need to get into good sets and the better sets, and I thought we did. A really good job of finding a rhythm for Ant. He can bring the ball up and run the clock a little bit, but we can keep myself, Rudy, Kat in the actions with him. Something that's really simple, gives him easy reads to where he's not having to over dribble or over penetrate the paint and get in trouble. So I thought he did a really good job of from the film sessions, realizing where he can score and taking what they give him.
The absence of Lively do for the offense and maybe for Ant Cat just getting to the rim a little bit tonight?
It's no question. Lively's been, awesome for them all series, all playoffs, and definitely, with him and Gafford, being able to sub in and out for each other. They keep that rim protection. They keep that ability to be athletic down there and make plays. And when you don't have that, and Gafford's not playing 48 minutes, there are spells where we can get downhill and get to the paint and try to finish and utilize that to our advantage. So definitely was. I'm sure he was missed for them tonight.
Like at one point, Finch was out to almost center court, talking to the refs after double tech was called. Now, like 11 games since the injury, how have you seen the partnership that him and Micah have kind of worked out? Coaching in these last 2 rounds, how's it evolved and how's it working?
It's been seamless since day one. I think Coach is getting more and more comfortable with his knee now, and he's moving a lot more without crutches. And tonight he surprised us and was in the huddle, just sitting down and stuff. And I'm like, this is good to see him getting back at it. But Micah's been the same, all year, and same all playoffs, being vocal, being the coach that he is for us, and
You know, those two guys have really just done a great job of handling this situation that could be, you know, disastrous, you know, in other teams.
Mike, if I could take you back to before your presser even started with Kat and Ant, saying that you're their OG. I know you're the veteran on the team or one of the veterans, but what's something that even the young players have been able to teach you this season?
Oh man, they honestly have just taught me to just be grateful for the joy of this game. You know, having fun. You know, it's you play 17 years, you can go into this cycle of the same thing every day and get used to a certain way of feeling, and they brought that excitement back. Like I'm a 15-year-old going to play out in the park or something. So every day it's something new. Every day they're teaching me something about hip hop or TV shows or video games or something. So they're keeping me young, honestly, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Mike, you expended so much energy tonight. It seems like you guys needed every minute of every part of that game to close that out. What makes you confident that you all can replicate that 3 more times?
Really, I think that we still haven't played our best basketball yet. As a group, I don't know how many. We had a bunch of turnovers, 14 of them, I think, tonight. 14 turnovers in any game is you can lose you a game, and we cut that down. We make free throws. Like we have big nights from our guys. Like we still have a lot of room to improve. So. That's the exciting part about our situation. We just know that there's a lot more in the tank. We're a team that prides ourselves on not getting tired, being able to push through that adversity and push through being fatigued. So, hopefully we can, be ready to go Game 5 and, just be able to play Wolves basketball.
You guys handled the Kyrie and Luka matchups differently in this game. How did you think Ant did on Luka and Jaden shifting to Kyrie?
I thought they did a good job. Obviously, I think Kyrie and Luka they get to their spots and they either make or miss the shot sometimes. It has nothing to do with us and what we do, but I thought that they did a good job of just being physical, understanding tendencies, and overall not trying to get them, getting them on the free throw line and letting the game kind of slow down to that pace. And when we defend without fouling, I think we're a much better complete team as far as what we try to accomplish on a consistency level, and those two guys were definitely big for us in that matchup switch.
Mike, Karl took just 1 3 in that first half and 2 through 3 quarters. You had said, like, we got a lot of guys that can shoot threes. Was that the kind of style of play you guys were looking for?
Oh yeah. We need Karl's a unique player. Some games, when he's missing the 3, you want him to play inside because he can. If he's inside and things aren't going well, you want him to space the floor because he can. He's that diverse in his skill set. But for him and our team, for him to be able to knock down the 3 and space that floor, it opens up the game for everybody else. It opens up the game for Ant, myself as guards trying to get into the paint and make plays. And I think it gets him into a good rhythm, being able to pump fake and get guys off their feet and get downhill and finish over big guys and make plays himself because he's a pretty good passer when he gets downhill.
They were only shooting 36% in the first half, but you guys were tied. What was the conversation like at halftime, really, to kind of get you guys to a little bit more in the second half?
Honestly, at halftime is just whatever you got left in the tank, you got to find it. It wasn't necessarily about numbers or what we, were doing or what they were doing. It was like, man, we have to finish possessions. We have to be the first one to the loose ball. We have to box out. No more, second chance opportunities. Like all the hustle things, creating turnovers and getting out in transition. All those things got to be in our favor. And I thought in the second half we just did a better job of getting to those opportunities and allowing ourselves a chance to win.
Like you guys had a lot of frustration with the refs throughout the game, and then your coach comes out of the second row and gets that tech, and then after that starts taking over the huddles and grabbing the board, and seemed to be a moment where his intensity came through. Did that have an impact on the group?
Yeah, it honestly does. Finch he's our leader. He's the guy that's made this thing work from the beginning, and to have him be on the sideline but behind the bench for the majority of these playoffs, you forget the impact you can have when your coach is up getting technicals and yelling and when you see him hobbling around to do it, it's impressive, you know, and that's it you know, lit a fire on all of us. You know, obviously we're all kind of frustrated at whatever call it was and what wasn't called, but you know, he's not gonna let it go. He's gonna you know, keep in their ear and you know, just make sure that they know that we're not backing down.
It's been a while now that he's been trying to navigate this unique setup. Is he still, over the course of the playoffs, been able to have his voice the way it was before?
Yeah, his voice hasn't changed. I think it's just, you know, mid-game it can be a little bit different because he's so far away. Sometimes it feels you can't really hear him as well. You're used to him being where Micah is, like right there on the, right where I took his knee out, kind of right there on the I know, my bad, but you know, right there on the scores table. But yeah, no, he's still had the, you know, same effect, you know, with his voice and his ability to touch our guys as far as, you know, getting guys in the right spots or different plays he wants to have at a certain time.
Thanks, Mike.